back to Oakcast, your island gateway to all things geek. And for once, it's not cold outside in the Hebrides. It's quite warm, as you can see. Nick, Ralph, you're sweating away up there in your loft, aren't you?
Need the forehead just buffed up a touch there, but it's fine.
So, as you can see from the crew we have assembled tonight, we're back. It's the boys from the Dwarf, the Smegheads, are here to go through Season 4, Series 4, Epoch 4, period selection of episodes, the fourth or whatever, dependents want to call it. So, we've already said hello to Ralph. Kieran, what's happening with you?
Not much, just enjoying a good old-fashioned podcast.
Yes, going to be some highbrow intellectual discussion tonight.
Highbrow, very highbrow.
Oh, yes, very highbrow. And welcoming back from, not been on a while, Donald, but you're slowly getting more into these episodes. Welcome in, Donald, onto the Red Dwarf Show. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Carl. It's a pleasure to be here. And me being a fan of Red Dwarf, I am honored to be here to discuss, in my opinion, one of my personal favorite series of Red Dwarf.
Yep. So with that, we'll keep a tradition. The new guy will go first. So, Donald, top episode of Series 4.
The top episode for me, personally, I think, now, as much as episode 5 is the most popular one for a lot of people, my one has to be the last one, the Wax Droids. Meltdown, fantastic episode.
Meltdown, oh yeah.
And the reason why I say that, I remember watching that episode for the very first time when I was 18, and I'd gotten the Red Dwarf box set for Christmas 2014. I sat and watched through. I think I sat through till Series 6. I didn't get a chance to Series 7, Series 8. I think Colin had come back. But I remember sitting watching the Meltdown for the very first time, and I nearly out of my chair laughing. The slapstick in that episode is some of the best I have seen for the program, and I think it kind of solidifies how good of a Series 4 became, and in my opinion really solidified the show to the status it was going to achieve many years down the line.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say this is where this was them now cemented. They were confident in what they were doing. They knew their groove and they'd found it definitely this season. Meltdown is it's not one of my favorite. It's not awful by any means. It's a solid episode, I would say. I'm not as enamored with it, but again, it's our own personal tastes here. So I'll go to Kieran and Ralph. Your opinions on Meltdown
at the same time, or one after the other?
No, do it any way you want. Same time, you can slug it out. I don't care.
For me, it'd be it's a mix-up between a toss-off between DNA and Dimension Jump.
All right, yeah. I see where you're trying to divert us to, Kira. So justify yourself to quote the next season.
I got to set the bar somewhere. So I think for me, arguably could be more. Yeah, well, it's DNA and Dimension Jump because DNA is just very silly. It's just like they come across this DNA modifying device, and it changes them, and then you get to see a living Vindaloo monster become the monster of the week, which is hilarious. And it just, Dave gives us one of the best one-liners there. And then episode 5, Dimension Jump, introduces the man himself, Ace Rimmer, properly as the character.
Yeah, hard to disagree there. Two very solid choices, and we'll go to Ralph now. Top episode.
Well, I'm going to be controversial and not pick Dimension Jump, which is obviously the kind of obvious one, although we've not picked that so far. I think it's a toss-up between Camille and White Hole for me. I really like the Talkie Toaster AI stuff in White Hole. But I also really like Camille. It's a brilliant Crichton episode.
Yeah,
I love all the references to Casablanca, and I just think it's a great story as well, isn't it? The heartbreak for Crichton, and it's just an amazing episode, I think, and a bit of an underrated one.
Yeah, and it's also like given us some of Crichton's most quoted lines that episode.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like Smee is
It's
just
a
that's
banana.
quoted in the fandom constantly.
Banana.
It's a
But,
banana.
oh, yeah, yeah. I'm very surprised by White Hole because that's my bottom pick for this season. I tune out when that episode starts, and it's just nothing to me. It's like just filler almost. So yeah, that's quite a. So can you explain White Hole a bit more? What's your defense of it?
I think it's it's the concept of it. You know, I'm old enough to remember when these were shown and watched them when they were first shown. I know I don't look like I'm that old, but I am. What are you laughing at, Cal?
I'm not laughing. I'm sorry.
Essentially, it's that he's choking.
Sorry.
Choking.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not laughing. He's dying. That's okay. You're okay,
I'm
Ralph. He's just
dying
dying.
Sorry,
So
I'm
he's not
choking.
insulting you. That's okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, hopefully the paramedics will be with Donald in a minute or two. I just think from a concept point of view, you've got the AI stuff that's ahead of its time. It's really ahead of its time. A toaster with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's 20 years ahead of its time. That's really innovative thinking. And at the time, it was amusing. But we're living it now. You know, there's probably a toaster out there that's got AI. There's washing machines that have got AI, aren't there? You know, it's like the world has officially gone mad. And I think, I probably am swayed a bit by the whole talkie toaster concept. But I think the whole Holly's IQ going up thing was good as well to me. I think it's worth reframing that and just thinking how groundbreaking conceptually it is. I mean, that's at like Arthur C. Clarke level concept-wise, that episode for me.
For me, it's just the idea. The episode just doesn't match up to the idea for me, because this could have been the first proper episode for Hattie Hayridge to show her stuff, which is what we've complained about before. Is she's woefully underused, Hattie Hayridge. Like when you watch her stand up and anything else she's done, she is a smart, funny lady, and she's never really developed that much in Red Dwarf. And this is a prime example, like the hyper, and we get wee flashes of what. If there had been more of the hyper intelligent Holly for me, I think I'll probably be a bit easier on this. And I can't stand the conclusion to this episode with the planets and Lister. I know it's like it's sci-fi, but it's eye-rollingly stupid.
It's stupid, but
but not stupid in a way that's good laughs. It just really is eye-rollingly awful. This conclusion.
I mean, it's interesting that you've raised those points. You're not wrong, but I think
you're wrong.
I'm righter than you're wronger. No, I just think, the fluking thing is stupid. There's no two ways about it. But the concept of Lister being great at pool and fluking pool, that all fits with the character development. I hear what you're saying about Hattie Hayridge. The difficult thing, though, it's like you've got an established dim character in a comedy. You've got to be careful what you wish for. There's only so much clever Holly I would want to see. And I think there was about enough of it in this episode. But I agree that she's a wasted comic talent. It's a pity she hasn't been in more things.
Yeah. Kieran or Donald, your thoughts on White Dwarf then?
White Dwarf. Yes. We know many White Dwarfs. One was called Michael. It's actually I quite enjoyed it in an episode, but obviously it is in my top. For me, the only thing, aside from Lister, playing pool or snooker with planets, which was amusing to me, I like the very silliness of certain jokes, like the repetition. Instead of like a black hole that consumes time, a white hole spews out time. And you just enter this, skit that just goes into loops, and to the point where even the cat just, takes the piss.
Yeah.
So I can imagine, listening to that on end might drive you insane.
Yeah. So, Donald, we're bringing you there.
I just echo what Graham's just said, because I think there could have been so much better done with filler episode. Like, it's not bad, but there are elements of it that aren't very good. I think one of the things that baffled me when I watched, and I rewatched the series prior to coming on tonight, was that I felt that the editing in the whole explanation of the white hole thing, I thought was a really good introduction, but they didn't smartly edit the thing to engage the audience of how effective the white hole effect been, and it left me kind of confused, jumping from see them and standing in one side of the where they were in the room together, then switching over because of this effect. That could have been edited and scripted better to have maybe engaged the audience to that theory of what the effects of a white hole could have done. Because I think it's a brilliant introduction theory, but it just wasn't edited properly, I don't think.
It's interesting you say that, because all of this season was directed by Ed By. Is it Ed By? Is that his name?
Yeah.
It sounds like a gamer tag, Ed By. But this one episode was co-directed by Paul Jackson, who directed Series 1. The infamous Paul Jackson, because he was known for having a bit of a temper on set. So it's just it's the one that we're debating, and it's the one with two directors attached to it, which is just find that quite interesting. That it's a wee bit tidbit to throw in there.
Would you say that there might have been a clash up there?
There could have been, because it says uncredited Paul Jackson, which I'm thinking like, why? Because he was a very demanding director and producer at the BBC. He favoured. I don't know. You guys have heard of this concept called the Italian read-through?
Nope.
So basically, what it is the cast will all have to read this. They have to read the script, read it through, unprompted, without the script in front of them. And if they make a mistake, they go back to the beginning and they do it. And it's just a speed run. And it's until they can do it in 10 minutes flash, just like that. Then he'll film it up. That's Paul Jackson used that method heavily and as Craig Charles said, he never acted. But bloody hell, I learnt my lines though. Because if they failed, Paul Jackson was well known for letting them know that they weren't doing well. So
that's brutal.
There you go. Yeah, it is. It's a brutal method, but they say it is a way to get actors to know the lines, and then it's just they get on the set and it's to learn the timing then because of the jokes and the audience reaction, which is kind of key to Red Dwarf. Like a big part of it, they filmed in front of a studio audience, and the jokes are told in a way you can see they react to the laughs, let the jokes breathe, which is a problem infamously in season 7.
Yeah.
Like the jokes, they've got the laugh track on afterwards, and like you can tell they're laughing over some of the jokes sometimes. So one of the many issues which we'll get to then. So for me, I had to debate this highly, but I'm going for Justice. It's just a fantastic sci-fi concept, this, because you don't see back there. I collect old style science fiction short story magazines, and this whole concept reads like it was out of one of those magazines, and it's just fantastically because I was stuck between this and Dimension Jump, but ultimately this is one I rewatched a lot, was Justice. And it's just, again, another great explanation of the, as you put it, Ralph, the diseased mind of Arnold Rimmer. He carries all this phenomenal guilt over this, which is, and then the whole concept of the justice field, great site, and they mine it for all the laughs they can get in a brilliant. It doesn't feel overused by the end, and they do such a great, like with the cat right at the end, going up to whack the guy with a shovel, being unaware. It's perfect for the cat.
Yeah. It is a great episode.
Yeah.
It's
like very much. It's very much in the same vein of the Inquisitor. To get that feel from it, a classic sci-fi idea which they explore well, and then they just have their fun with it as well. Red Dwarfs. That's why we love it, because it brings in a neat sci-fi concept. They explore it in a serious way, but then let's have some fun. Let's have a look at how daft this idea really is.
They're good at reusing ideas in a very creative non-repetitive way, I think, because if you think about it, they reuse the kind of justice idea with the Inquisitor, they reuse the emo hawk kind of concepts, and the Camille concept, has been used a couple of times, which is one of the reasons it still carries on in theory, doesn't it? They managed to sustain the inventive ideas. One thing I would say about this series, season, epoch, whatever we're calling it, is the overall consistency is really strong. In the past few series, there was usually a stinker, wasn't there? There was usually an episode which you thought, oh, it's not great. All of them, I think, are of a good standard. And this season, it's more consistent.
Yeah, well, Whitehall, it's a stinker for me. It's not on the same level as kind of parallel universes, I would say, because the concept is really strong. I just feel it's not executed well. They don't fully go with it. They don't commit to it enough.
I would have
there's a question there for you.
Yeah.
You say that as if you're going to avoid Ralph answering your query there.
Yes. Well, we'll leave that alone. That's just your sister trolling you again. So.
Yeah, of course, that's pretty usual.
It was bound to happen. So,
Yes.
Cal, I'm not going to let you get away with this whole white hole thing. So, try and imagine.
Fight.
Yeah, exactly. Try and imagine if you were going back to 89, was it? 91, sorry. Yeah, 1991.
Yeah.
It was a different world. This episode was ahead of its time, even in just the way they filmed it. I think our expectations since then have become much more attuned. I think they did as well as they could. I really do. And I think Talkie Toaster is a highlight of the season for me.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not a Talkie Toaster fan. I think that's another thing. He divides the fandom as well. I don't hate him. I don't hate him to the degree some fans do, but I could easily go without Talkie Toaster. But plus, I also found his personality was totally different. Like, if you remember him in the first, he wasn't just complete. He was more just annoyed because he kept saying, "I want to do more than just to make toast all the time." Whereas now suddenly that's all he wants to talk about. But I know they changed the character.
Didn't he have more of a robotic voice on him? From what I remember, from I think it was series 1 when the Talkie Toaster was there.
No,
because
really.
in this one he's got a kind of accent. I'm not sure what kind of accent he does go, but it's very, very twangy and quite unique to remember him as the character.
Kind of like sort of 1950s American radio sort of host.
Yeah.
He sounds like one of these chaps. And I think, in defense of Talkie Toaster a wee bit, I think that is one of the characteristics that makes him quite memorable in that episode, is the fact that he talks, "How do diddly do?" He sounds like Ned Flanders. How do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, never took the old. It just seems like it's a totally different, which could be explained by Crichton's just pieced them together again. So it might have rebooted to the standard.
That's exactly
like when we see him in the first one, he's been with Lister a while, so his personality's grown.
Are we nitpicking as to why an artificial intelligence talkative toaster just sounds different compared to when he first appears?
Kieran, do you know where you are right now and what you're doing? Are you aware? You sound like you're not aware. We are live on the internet talking Red Dwarf.
Considering that,
damn it, it's our job. Okay.
I mean, are we getting paid for it? No. But considering
Which makes it even more pathetic. Okay, we're pathetic nerd. We're pathetic middle-aged men on the internet arguing Red Dwarf.
Well, I'm not.
What the hell do you expect? What did you tune in for?
It'd be like how Star Wars seems to be releasing all these sort of side stories and Star Wars stories. Are we going to get one for Red Dwarf about Talkie Toaster?
If Disney ever get their hands on Red Dwarf, which is a terrifying thought, Disney Red Dwarf.
T. Davis is your
Disney
man.
Red Dwarf.
He's the man. The Talkie Toaster, if toast wood, it could be like a side pilot. You could have John Barrowman. Suddenly gets really hungry, wants a piece of toast. Who does it call?
And there has to be at least one episode where Talkie Toaster has to he somehow gets a hold of a functioning body and becomes rides in a mech suit for at least an episode and then goes back to normal.
Yeah. And also, it's got to say, Disney Red Dwarf, they would just bring back random members of the Red Dwarf crew, and it would just be somehow he
Captain
survived
Hollister being
for 3
one of them.
million years after being vaporized by a fucking radioactive explosion in their face.
Oh,
Captain Kachansky, Pete, they just walk in randomly and they just go, somehow I survived. Let's not.
What was the name of the? What was the name of the Welsh character in series 1? The one that got sent into space and became a hologram at first.
What's his name?
What's his name? Oh, George. No, George McIntyre. Yeah, George McIntyre. That's his name. He was a Welsh guy.
Yeah.
He got sent out into space, then he came back as a hologram, and then obviously Rimmer got radioactive through the ship. We can bring him back for the Talkie Toaster.
He had a great line in that first episode. If anyone dies that's more important to this mission than me, I'll kill you.
Yes, that's it. In fact, now we know how he died because the Talkie Toaster killed him. That's his premise. That's his story right there. He kills George McIntyre. Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
And then you have the captions. He's tried it once. He wants more.
He's toast.
But like the ideas like the idea of the Gelfs, they somehow keep that fresh every time they revisit all the different Gelfs.
Gilfs or Gelfs?
Gelfs. Jesus, Kieran.
It's your turn, Kieran, to lower the
I brought up a legitimate philosophical conundrum the last time, Kieran. You're just polluted now. You're just testing your sister and mother at this point of what you could come out with on this.
I think he's been doing that for a very long time.
I think he's tested them long enough. No, but I'm saying like the Gelfs, it's just that never gets it never goes stale, that concept. And they keep it's like all the ands, the things like and the droids as well. Robbie, it's too late. Okay, by the way, I'm just seeing a comment there. Your brother's on a mission. Your brother's on a mission tonight, and he's not giving up. So, we've triggered that. Okay.
Oh no,
that's fine.
Keith is triggered in it. Huh? Yeah. So where are we? I don't know what we're doing anymore. I've lost track of. Gelfs, yeah. What about him?
They're fantastic.
Yeah, they are. It's like I say, it's like compare it like to in Star Trek the equivalent is the holodeck episode. Somehow that got tired so quickly in Star Trek, and so were you. But Red Dwarf is just smart enough, like I say, to keep that fresh and keep it going. It's just like I say, it's that's why we love this show so much. And I was also going to talk. Shall we talk about? We didn't go really much into Dimension Jump, and I think the absolute brilliance that is Ace Rimmer. So, who wants to start off on that one?
I think how it's introduced with because it explores the diversity of the different versions of Rimmer's life and how a single choice has made a huge impact and decision. And it shows like how he was growing up and how Kid Rimmer is treated slightly differently. And then you go into when he makes that decision to go into, I think it's the Space Corps compared to.
If they get held back a year.
Behind
that's right.
Yeah. He stays behind another year.
Yeah. And it's Ace that stays behind another year, and the humiliation kind of toughened him up.
And he becomes this strapping guy, and everyone loves him. And I just love the silly. Again, it's just pure silliness of how. Like his version of his crew that he interacts. I mean, all the humans are still alive because this Rimmer never caused a radioactive explosion. Due to a faulty, repair. Everyone just loves him, and you even get like versions of the cat in there who just plays this Catholic father.
Randomly.
Yeah. And what was it? Lister is called what?
Spanners.
Spanners.
Yeah.
Why?
because
And
he's
then,
an
of course-
engineer.
yeah.
He's like one of the best engineers
Of
ever.
course,
So.
yeah. And then of course you have the human version of Crichton, who's the leader or the commander of the
Yes.
Space Corps, or the
Who's-
president. And everyone seems to just has a thing for Ace Rimmer and just wants to be with him.
Right. Yep, we are. If you're on TikTok, yep, we are. If you're on TikTok commenting that, we are paying attention. I think. I don't know.
I'm not.
TikTok comments come
I
through
saw
here.
one. Actually, I've seen two of them, but
Right.
your standard.
Keep talking, and I'll double check the TikTok to see if there's comments coming through.
I can see one comment. That's about it.
Is that David McKenzie? Yeah.
I think
Let me just.
the dimension jump is quite fascinatingly back. Like I said, I first saw these when I was 18. And then looking back, even just recent times and even before this podcast, just notes things that have been addressed in that kind of science fiction kind of way ahead of its time. And Ralph, you spoke about artificial intelligence in Talkie Toaster, Whitehall. In this, at the very beginning, based on the beginning of choice, I went to ever saw the movie years ago where all at once. I went to see that movie when it first came to Atlanta. And I was really, really fascinated by that multiverse decision-making, kind of consequential, kind of scenario building thing. And in this episode, that format is really explored, even if I recall, better than any other science fiction had ever done before. Even like, for instance, in Doctor Who, I don't think I even recall Doctor Who ever stepping into that kind of everything everywhere all at once kind of choice scenario role play in a story. So I think Dimension Jump, for not only does it get acclaim for its catchy one line, the character Ace Rimmer, but it actually gets acclaim because it was ahead of the game of a science fiction genre that was about to be more popular in many years to come, which with the multiverse. It's known as the multiverse because we see it in the Marvel movies as well. It's really, really ahead of its time, that episode as well, I think.
Okay, I'm just going to come back, and there has been a lot of comments on TikTok. I do apologize because we're broadcasting through Restream, and I thought all the comments would come in here. So I do apologize, Total Red Dwarf, for that. Really do. I didn't realize that.
The toaster.
Yeah. So there's a whole load of comments that have been in the TikTok feed. So again, I can only apologize. I didn't realize that. So I've got TikTok open on my other screen now. I can see all your comments. I say we do use Restream, and I just thought all the comments would. Yeah,
I was just going to say,
I've got them here. So
some of these comments I got here.
So I was told that Ed Bai was actually ill in that co-directed episode. So okay, so that explains that. So I didn't know that. So you think Parallel Universe is a stinker? Yeah, I think we did agree on that, didn't we? I think we were quite unanimous. We didn't like Parallel Universe.
Yeah. I mean, like it's good in concepts, but in terms of delivery, it needed some polishing.
Yeah, like I said, for me, it was once they switch over to that universe, it's the same joke repeated over and over again, and not much original. So it's one I always miss out on. It's a different talkie in Whitehall. Is David Ross the original? Is David Ross the original Crichton? I'm not quite don't follow you. Literally explains the concept at the start of the episode.
That's the original actor that played Crichton in series 2. He voiced Talkie Toaster.
Oh, yeah, that's sorry. I understand you now. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Total Red Dwarf. I've got you up now. So I do apologize. I was not aware of that.
So this episode features multiverses, Talkie Toaster, and apologies.
Yes, it does. And I was trying to keep Kieran from plumbing the depths. But also, like, what I noticed was, see, after the first appearance of Ace Rimmer, you do notice our own Rimmer, he starts to actually grow and become more of. I think Ace did have an effect on him. because you do see more. He starts to become more responsible, look out for his crew a little bit, and actually he seems to want them to accept him as well. Which before he was like, very ambivalent towards them. So,
And of course, he does ultimately turn into Ace, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, what a guy.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
and
yeah,
we're going to highlight Smoke Me a Kipper as one of the greatest sci-fi quotes ever, as well, haven't we, for this episode? But Callie, just going back to what Donald was saying about the whole multiverse thing, I've been trying to cast my mind back to think at the earliest kind of use of that concept. It would be an interesting thing to look at for the next podcast. But I can think Doctor Who Inferno with John Pertwee had an alternative version of reality.
That was a parallel universe, though.
Was that parallel? Yeah,
that was parallel universe. So regardless of the choices made, it would have ended the way the universes would have come. Whereas in this one, we do see colliding into another universe where he sees his own kind of self. The characters in Inferno never saw the mirror images of themselves, so we didn't see the leader and the brigadier in that. So that was more based on the parallel universe idea than it was about the multiverse, I think.
Yeah,
because the multiverse,
There's a multiverse version of this where we're reading the TikTok comments right from the start.
Yes, yes. TikTok's the multiverse version of this. We never interacted with, but the interesting thing as well, Chris Barry's performance as Ace is fantastic because he plays this super confident, cocky, and he never makes him overbearing or annoying. Keeps it funny, but also he's still even to the audience. He's very likable as well.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
like a really very difficult thing he had to pull off for that guy because it could have so easily been, oh, this is just annoying now.
It's like, I think it's that mixture of as his character, cocky but humble.
Yes,
it's a nice blend of like two aspects.
Yeah, it's very difficult to pull off. I think like in an American show they would have struggled to pull that off because they would have had him be just bravado, but they've managed to inject just enough humility into him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It just makes it's what kind of makes Ace.
Is it one of the best alter egos? Is it the best alter ego in all of Red Dwarf, do you say?
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
Dwayne Dibley.
It's well, if it isn't the best, it's definitely one of the top 5 because there isn't even that many, but I would definitely rank it as maybe first or second place.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah. Because what's interesting is we get Ace this and then next season, Red Dwarf being Red Dwarf, they give us the anti-Ace and Billy Doyle.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Which is like, and somehow Rimmer, they managed to make Rimmer more pathetic somehow and more, more pathetic and loathsome. And they came up with Billy Doyle. And I said, that's just testament to the writers say, well, this character's awful. How can we make a worse version somehow?
Did he smell of yak urine? I'm sure I seem to remember the phrase yak
urine. Yes, he smelled of yak urine. And then finding out that Lister's his brother. And while we're on about the character, said Lister really steps up. This is like him now as a man of action and a man of decisiveness. Whereas it could be argued like previous seasons, he kind of sat back and things happened to him. And like he's now impacting the story and having an effect on the story.
I've got a glimpse of that. No, got it.
Okay.
Carry on, Kieran.
Oh, yeah, we got a glimpse of that of Lister being a man of action in DNA when he finally, stands up to the Vindaloo monster. And, he gets shrunk down, which is, I think, just adds to hilarity. And then when the Vindaloo monster accidentally steps on a can of lager, he just delivers that brilliant line, "Lager, the only thing that can kill a Vindaloo."
Your Scouse accent is appalling.
Oh yeah,
Simon Butler would have words to say about that one.
I'm trying to do a miniaturized version of a Geek voice. That's difficult.
I got a theory. I think Lister is the kind of guy that has never had anyone inspirational to look up to in his life, but not in a way
Yeah.
that he's resentful about it like Rimmer is, but he's almost like, I don't care. I don't care. So I hope that was a better Scouse accent. But I think one of the things is when he sees Ace Rimmer, who's the antithesis to Arnold Rimmer, right? He's had to be used to Arnold so downtrodden and depressed about it. Then he sees Ace and he's like, oh, finally, I've got someone to look up to now. Hell yeah, I'll go out and fix the engine now, you know. And I think in character development, you see that is enabling traits, and it wasn't identified so much before. Because yes, there's almost like a period where he comes across quite apathetic at times, but maybe it's not due to malice or anything. It's due to who he is as a person, I think.
But I think we saw that in Stasis Lake, wasn't it? We discussed last time, when you see the alternate timeline where Lister didn't have Rimmer, and and it's like even I think Lister realized I kind of need Rimmer in my life because it makes me being so awful makes me want to be so much better. But I can see like Ace coming in also gives him that confidence boost that he can be, you know, because like I've always said this.
Rimmer. No, carry on.
Sorry, carry on, Don.
On you go.
I've always said this. Right, you go. Definitely.
I'll get back. All right.
On you go.
Okay.
I think the thing is Arnold Rimmer isn't someone that he looks as inspiration to, but he does look at Rimmer as someone as being. Does that make sense? So it's yes, he's got a conscience in realizing that if something was to happen to Rimmer or not be there for him, he doesn't have that person as being a role model to look after him anymore. He doesn't look to him as an inspiration for anything. That's all I want to add.
Just on TikTok, Total Red Dwarf pointed out that the other thing that's inspired Lister is also knowing that alternative Lister is doing so well. Because you hear him saying that, say, I'm happy he's taken the opportunities and gone with them, and he feels good about that, whereas Rimmer's bitter about it. But at the same time, I think that bitterness does motivate Rimmer as we get into season 6 and 7 and beyond, because you do see Rimmer, he does become a man of action and a bit more heroic. Well, at the end of season 6, he performs the ultimate heroic act, really.
Oh yeah, well, we'll get to that in about like 2 seasons, 2 epics, 2 ages,
2 periods of time. Yes,
of course. Lister was married to Kachansky, wasn't he, in Dimension Jump?
Oh yeah,
I
think so.
And then in Stasis Lake, he's this basically. Were they predicting the likes of Elon Musk with the alternate version of Lister? Just he's awful. Because they do actually say, well, he died 96 years old doing a sexual act with a beautiful young woman on an airplane. Was he happy, though? I think something like that. I can't remember the exact line. But also, we're going back to Dimension Jump, but I think it's because it's so... It's like such a pillar of Red Dwarf. The music, that Top Gun sound alike. It is genius. It is so perfect. Like... he just changes a note or two, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Donald and Ralph, you're music guys, so you can maybe go into this a little bit.
I
it's
like
a pastiche, but it's a very accurate pastiche, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly makes it memorable to the character.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, because obviously Ace Rimmer is meant to be this kind of like this fantastical pilot. So naturally, you're going to need piloty not just a standard pilot, but like a jet pilot style theme to it. And of course, that Top Gun-esque music just suits him really well. It's heroic. It's magnificence. Yeah, you do anything to save the day.
All right. We'll go like one of the most interesting concepts Red Dwarf, which Star Trek never really did, was the idea of androids being able to break their programming. And again, I keep saying this, character development in Red Dwarf is way superior. And I'm a Trekkie saying this, but they develop the characters so much better. The development with Crichton once he starts to learn to lie and have emotions, it just like see with Data, it never really went that many places once Data got emotions, did it?
No, not really. You don't really see him explore them properly to their
depth. Whereas here, not only they explore in a meaningful way with Camille, it's like lying to protect someone's feelings and the dilemma that causes.
Yeah.
Should he have just told Camille, yeah, you're an ugly green blob and I can't pee with you? Or does he try to protect her feelings? And also, that example is at Casablanca, it's been used, which I've never watched, by the way. I've tried to, but yep.
I've never seen it either, so you're not alone.
Sorry, I was tempted to say something, Ralph, about Casablanca, and you having watched it, but I won't go there, Ralph. The old man jokes can.
It may have been, but no, it's
I've already lowered the tone enough. We don't need it any lower.
Yes.
It's a classic movie, and it's a really important reference point in movie history. I think that's that's how it should be viewed. It's very much of its time, but there's some great lines, which maybe is why Camille was a better episode for me than you guys didn't really single it out. But the whole, Blob meets Blob and all that sort of stuff,
that whole story.
And the bar, was it called Parrot's Bar, wasn't it? Because there's that brilliant pun. I wish I could remember it, but somebody on TikTok will remember it for me, I'm sure. It was
like
just a brilliant play on words. A brilliant play on words. I just think that they hit that witty script writing in Camille, where just every bit of it was just spot on. So actually, I'm going to change. You've persuaded me away from Whitehole.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to change. I was stuck between the two, but actually, more I think of it, Camille was the one.
Damn it, Callum!
I'm going to be gracious. I'm gracious and victim.
He's celebrating. He's happy.
I could go the whole Dr. Cox route if you want.
Humble as always, Callum. Humble as always.
Hey, it's the award-winning Geek podcast from the Outer Hebrides. Come on.
Only the award-winning, Geek podcast.
Yes. So I'm just going to get my notes back there. We've covered that. Yeah. Well, I've just got brief note of each episode. So we haven't really covered Meltdown, although we mentioned we've not done a bit of a deep dive on this. So
Meltdown was interesting. I enjoy the daft humor of it. And the silliness of it's literally just the Wax world. Which initially they believe is its own thing, that they've gone back in history, but then they start seeing all the different historical figures all into one and kind of figure out they're just Wax models. And you set up that everything's set up to be that standard good versus evil. You have basically their Axis powers, which include Hitler, I think Caligula, and amongst a few other sort of infamous dictators who are also men of war, against the good side, who are largely consisting of really peaceful, loving, or child friendly. Because there's a scene that you see off that's kind of off scene where they start executing some of the captives, and one of them's Winnie the Pooh.
And it's properly traumatizing for listener as well.
And they pick great actors to pick those parts. The guy who was Stan Laurel and the guy who was Elvis was spot on, wasn't he?
Oh, Stan Laurel was brilliant. He was
it's like he's in the room. That was really good, Kieran.
The best one was Caligula was fantastic though.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because and I'm wondering, see later on when you would get to the Rimmerworld, did Chris Barry use that guy as inspiration for some of the characters he plays in Rimmerworld? And also he's almost very Chris Barry in his performance. That Caligula. If someone in the comments can tell us who that actor was. But just the constant slapping the other guy's face. And also, to me, I think he was channeling Michael Palin from Life of Brian a lot.
No, probably, yeah. Because Caligula was it was Caligula that was the insane emperor, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of? Yeah.
I think there was a few, but I think
all right,
was the really unhinged one.
Yeah.
I misread that comment by Total Red Dwarf there when he don't do the Caligula act. He said it's Tony Hawk's. I read Tony
yes.
Hawk. That'd be awesome.
Tony
It
Hawk's
could only be
course is
better if
Tony
we got
Hawk.
Caligula doing
Yeah.
name a skateboarding move. Inversion
A
ollie,
380 ollie.
yeah, do grinding rails and all that.
Toga.
No, Tony Hawk's is a great comedian in his own right, and he was famously Morris Minor in the Majors. I'm showing my age here, doing something called a stutter rap. Have you guys ever heard the stutter rap?
No, I've heard that.
It was a novelty hit single in the late 80s, but that was kind of Tony Hawk's initial brush with fame, but I'd forgotten it was him, and he is so good. He's been great in lots of things. You don't really hear of him these days.
And also, gotta say, the whole sequence with Kat and Lister trying to evade Hitler and Goebbels with it, and they're only and then with it, where are we? It's dark, it's stone. We're safe anyway.
Stuck in
They're
the
chimney.
fireplace.
That was just a great that was some great comic timing and a reveal there.
Now, this must have been an expensive episode because there's loads of location stuff in it, lots of explosives,
absolutely.
lots of actors. You know, the budget's seriously gone up since the early days.
Oh,
hasn't it?
definitely. I think the other fun aspect is Rimmer. You know, he has his opportunity to be a great leader and a great teacher, and you know he's always wanted to be one of these great leaders in like military history, and he's trying to turn the world's most peaceful people into soldiers. So seeing Gandhi run out onto the field of battle with a gun, and he's also doing like push-ups. He's just like you could tell this is like when he was doing his starving, what do you call it, when he was starving himself protest.
Yeah,
he's just that sort of
hunger strike.
Yes,
okay.
The hunger strike. Thank you.
So, I'm being told by Total Red Dwarf the set for Meltdown, the battlefield, was just the backlot of Shepperton Studios.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Which is just another thing we never given is how they made the most out of so little.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want, this might be jumping ahead, but when we get to Better Than Life, if you remember, there's a bit in that where it's a noir film, Leicestershire noir film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that was the thing. They just got an American bollard and they had someone with foil waving it like that to create ripples of water. And they put it in black and white, and you wouldn't know. You would swear they'd got some, went to some big studio and got an American, there's an American sidewalk. We'll do that. But it's like they really made every penny count on screen on this show. No, thank you.
One
in the chat. We don't want AI viewers.
I think one thing that is, as much as I called and being my favorite episode, there is one small elephant in the room that isn't addressed from the episode that doesn't get explained. Crichton and Rimmer arrive on the planet first of all, and they encounter these big bird creatures, like they were like dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs.
Bird dinosaurs. What happened to them? What role did they play in this?
That was the dinosaur zone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like the dinosaur exhibit because each area of the Wax World were specific exhibits to specific times. So obviously the dinosaurs had their own section. But we don't see them again. They don't they don't enter the battle. They don't just suddenly appear. It's a bit like
Westworld, though, isn't it? Obviously, this episode must have been inspired by the original film of Westworld, where you don't find out what happens to all of the kind of the robots or whatever they were called in Westworld. But
I'm pleased
those bird things.
Which I'm pleased to know that's a classic film I have watched and enjoyed is Westworld.
Excellent.
I might not watch Casablanca, but I've watched Westworld, so I kind of redeem myself in your eyes a little bit tonight.
A fraction.
We'll see what it'll take to move that needle properly. Yes. But there's also given what we know of Rimmer, do you not think he would have been leading the Axis powers in this battle?
You would have thought so, because he admires dictators.
Yeah, like Napoleon was his military hero, wasn't he?
His second favorite.
Yeah.
Did they ever state who his favorite fascist dictator was?
No, they
Napoleon.
It's probably Hitler.
He probably
No,
no, I
Napoleon
would
was the
say
second.
Napoleon. So who was his first?
Yeah, that's a big question. And also because he reprimands Lister for punching Hitler.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you
he's one of
can't
those
just punch
guys, isn't he?
Hitler.
He's desperate to be a leader, but he's equipped with none of the skills to actually do it. He just wants to be bossing people about and shouting at people. And it's amazing how quickly he turns into an even bigger jackass than he was before.
All right. Okay, so according to Total Red Dwarf, he doesn't say second favourite. It's all-time favourite is the line.
All-time favorite.
I am almost certain it was second favourite. But
Unless that's a Mandelaism.
this might be a Mandelaism we'll have to sort out.
But
yeah.
Total Red Dwarf clearly knows his stuff.
Yes.
Or her stuff, or their stuff.
But no, it is something I thought about. Surely it would have made more sense if he was leading the Axis powers in this battle. But then again, it's the idea of Rimmer trying to lead a bunch of pacifists into battle.
Yeah, because I think the Axis powers would have chewed him for breakfast.
Yeah. And also
it's a highlight, wasn't it?
And I'm pretty is that Elvis impersonator? He's an actual full-time Elvis impersonator, isn't he? I think.
What a
I
job
might
to
need
have.
to.
Why do you never see this advertised on Wheel of
Be surprised
Stone,
if he was.
like,
He was really,
full-time?
really good.
Yeah. But he was like he acted like Rimmer's second command, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a bizarre idea as well. Because I don't think
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Rimmer was
the episode. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and
Because
gentlemen.
Rimmer's taste in music is as we all know what Rimmer's taste in music is, it's Hammond organ, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Reggie Dixon at
And
the Blackpool
and
Tower
Reggie
Hammond
Wilson.
Reggie
Do we
Dixon.
ever
And James
get
Don't forget James Last, because Lister saw him on from the window when he's in the prison. he said what is it? Oh, there's James Last. I recognise him from Rimmer's record collection.
Yes, that's a brilliant line. That's absolutely brilliant line.
Was James Last? Was he in the execution lineup or was he firing squad?
He was.
Remember now.
I think he was in the firing squad. He was evil. Yeah, he was evil. I think James Last sold a hell of a lot of records. James Last was very, very popular, but it's a little bit like a washing machine that's stuck on one setting. Whatever music you put in, it comes out the same. It's like the James Last.
Was it a
effect.
bit like
He even
Daniel
covered some
O'Donnell in
kiss
that
tracks.
regard?
Oh,
Was he a bit like Daniel O'Donnell?
It's not. It's like middle of the road orchestral music, but he covered some random things. Like he even did some Kiss covers. But he sold millions of albums, and they're available in charity shops everywhere.
Do you know who you're reminding me of? Someone else like that, Kenny G.
Yeah, same sort of thing.
Notoriously, he does sax covers of everything, and it just all sounds exactly like Kenny G.
Bland, absolutely bland.
And while we're on that, another one, Enya. Sorry, we're good.
I should say before there's a delay from hacking to you guys, so because there's a wee bit of a jump, but whatever. I was just going to say about Kenny G. The worst thing I think he ever did was when he covered "A Wonder World" by Louis Armstrong. He added his own sax solo there, controversially. It was huge by the Louis Armstrong fan base at the time, calling it necessary and all that. If he had a cover with him just playing the sax, there would have been that, as you say, Ralph, machine one setting kind of thing. But he didn't. He added the vocals and pictured it with another.
It's also known as the UB40 effect, where it's like a mincer. UB40 are like a musical mincer. You feed a song in, you crank the handle, it comes out sounding like UB40. You could put anything in that mincer.
You just can't quite find the Kenny G spot.
Hey.
Hey. Well, I think Keith, you're going to have to come up with some sound effect whenever your brother's just been crude.
Like a bad drum, one of those. One of those.
Yes. A sound of a balloon deflating or something like that. I don't know.
That was actually quite good, Kieran. I reluctantly have to admit this. That was actually quite good.
I was sitting there for a minute thinking about it too, so I'm glad it paid off.
Oh, you were sitting on that one. That was brewing.
It's always good to sit on your G spot, I suppose, Kieran. You know.
And with that, have we deep dive Justice yet? I don't think that's the one we've got left. Isn't it? So,
Yeah, we
Not
haven't
too
really,
much.
but no.
like I said, just a genius sci-fi concept to explore, and also a genuine philosophical one, because it's the thing they always say: if there's true justice, there's no free will. I was like, it just shows you, although we sit and joke about, it can be quite crude humor. It's like The Simpsons when we discussed our The Simpsons is smart as hell. They wrote some mind-bending episodes and also some deep philosophical. And this really is like that whole question, like if you live in a place with complete justice, it's just nothing you can really do.
I think, if you actually extracted the comedy away from this, all of these episodes have got really serious sci-fi themes.
Yeah.
They really have.
In fact, the best thing you could say, if you took out the comedy, they would all make great Twilight Zone episodes on their own.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a whole what ifs.
Yeah. And it's also just that
I think-
whole dilemma: is this a murderous android? Is this a hot woman? Or what do we do here?
It'll be a better what if series compared to the one that Marvel produced.
Yeah, well, the only thing I
one
can
of
say about
things-
Marvel is they're just sorry.
Go on.
Todd.
I was just going to say about Justice. One of the things that stood out for this episode, I think, was Robert Llewellyn's act as Crichton during the court case to articulate the arguments like you would as a lawyer in the court was not only just impressive, he delivers the line in a way that is so, how would you say, engaging for the viewer who may not understand anything about law to be still in tune. You have to remember, he's not arguing a legitimate complication. He's just arguing based on the fact that Rimmer is nothing but a moron. And yet he does it in a way that's just so clever,
Some of the lines are so good in that episode, aren't they? About just Rimmer's patheticness.
Because do they bring back the idea that he sews his name onto his ship issued condoms?
Yes, yeah, I think they
That
did.
was brought back early on.
Yeah.
So this man, this pathetic joke of a man, this joke of a man. It's just... No, so what is it? He says, "Listen, would you describe the defendant as a friend? No, describe him as a git."
I would have loved to have seen if Kat had held onto the stand. It would hilarious to maybe see what he had to say.
That
about
would have been
Rimmer.
interesting, definitely.
Yeah, the cat's defense or I don't know. Is it defense or prosecution? I don't know.
Well,
It was a defense. It was a
himself,
defense.
isn't he?
Yeah. It was meant to be defense, but I think if Cat was on, it'd turn into prosecution.
Yeah. And the other one he asks is there anyone else he's shared moments of intimacy with? Yes, but she's got a puncture.
Yeah. Inflatable Ingrid, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Total Red Dwarf has occupation bum.
Yeah.
It's just like that whole court case is just that whole 10 minutes of the court case is just that's like a highlight just on its own, like, even without all the great stuff and the rest of the episode. Like the ending action sequence is just so genius what they came up with there.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that they actually use a character trait of Lister's, like when Rimmer's saying shoot him and Lister refuses to shoot an unarmed man in the back. So it's like Lister's sense of honor, it's brought back, and it quite literally saves him there. That's like, it's just like little touches like that. It just shows you like the fantastic writing at times on this show.
They were really hitting their stride, I think, on this series. I have to say, I think the next series is probably my favourite, but this is in second place.
Oh yeah, I think it's. But it's just 4 or 5. There's just so much in there. There's just so much good stuff.
There
It's
is.
so hard to. It's so hard to pick between them. And like
We
I
often,
know when
you
we
know,
get to
we think of other shows throughout history that had their golden age. Like I often think of The Simpsons from season 2 to season 8, season 7, season 8, to be the golden age programs period, despite like flaws early on, and then what came after. Red Dwarf to me was from up until series 6. That was the golden age of Red Dwarf right there, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even
So we're
then,
in the
after
golden
that,
age.
it's even after the golden age, it doesn't slide into just total crap either. There's still good stuff in there. It never totally went off the rails, Red Dwarf. I know some people, because I rewatched season 7, I said, oh, I appreciate this a bit. They tried to do something different with 7. That's the one thing I'll give it. They tried. It didn't ultimately work, but
it was disappointing at the time.
yeah. And then 8, I really like 8 now, because it's that whole, and I know some people say it's about the loneliness of the crew, but it's just great to see that original crew back and finally getting to see the crew interact with them.
Oh, definitely.
And then the stuff on Dave is actually pretty decent. Not amazing by any stretch, but decent, I would say. Like it's like kind of just solid.
Oh, there's a great comment just
I
come
think
through.
the-
there.
Yeah, I was just reading it.
What's a Colin Reed, right?
Yeah. I will put it on the screen. There we go. You can read it out, Donald.
My favorite from Justice is he is guilty of being Arnold Rimmer. That is his crime. It is his punishment.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's just genius, yeah.
Because what worse punishment is there than being Arnold Rimmer?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're wrapping up saying this is one of the best, isn't it? Easily.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
And I'm also going to let everyone on the team know, if you've enjoyed us speaking about Red Dwarf, on October the 3rd, if you come along to Ocon, we're doing a special panel just celebrating this amazing show. So if you are in Stornoway or if you plan coming up, I think we're on at 1:30 in the afternoon. Please drop by, join in our panel. You are all welcome. We'd love to see you. And yep, we can. And I don't know if Kieran will be there to do his tone lowering antics, but we shall see.
Possibly. Depends on the rota that we have supplied. But yeah, fingers crossed.
And with that, I think you know what time it is. It's quiz time.
Of course.
Yes. I think I've made it fairly easy for you this week. So it's just Donald might be at a disadvantage because he's on this delay. So he might
Oh, yes. Right.
Okay, number 1. In Camille, what does Crichton see Camille as at first?
A series 3000.
A double of himself
Okay. Yep.
in female.
Both are accepted. Okay, well, the thing is, I don't score these. It's Robbie that scores these, Kieran. So she's probably going to mark you down anyway.
Probably, because I know it's actually he was one of them was meant to be a much more updated model compared to the other.
Yeah.
That's what was their icebreaker.
Okay. In DNA, which creature does Lister accidentally get transformed into?
Chicken.
Robocop.
Oh,
Yes, chicken.
yeah.
Right. Robocop was later.
Chicken first. Yeah.
All right. In Justice, what device scans Rimmer and judges him guilty of second-degree murder?
Is it the Justice Scanner or the?
Ooh, I'll hand that over
Justice
to
Machine?
Donald. Do you want to take a guess?
Justice Machine.
Ralph?
Justice Probe.
What did you say, Ralph?
Justice Probe.
The Justice Field.
Oh,
Well, it's a mind probe as well.
Ah,
So I'm quite. So yeah, I'm always like when I get the social of these. Yeah, well, we'll go with total Red Dwarf in the comments. He's saying Justice Field and mind probe. So, Robbie, your discretion. Who gets the points there? See, you are all going to have to. You'll get to meet Robbie at Ocon. So be extra nice to her if you want to win these quizzes in the future.
Absolutely.
So,
We will.
She has her flights booked, so be prepared.
yes. That's not right, that one. Okay, so in Dimension Jump, what is Ace Rimmer's signature catchphrase?
Smoke me a
Smoke me
kipper,
a
I'll be back
kipper,
for
I'll be back
breakfast.
for breakfast.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for.
It's like an echo in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
An
see.
echo in here.
The thing is, Robbie will be able to sync the tracks up to see how the delay and who was actually first there. So this kind of, it's like, to quote Futurama, you change the result by observing it. So
I think she's really nice. I think she does a fantastic job.
Robbie, please be nice.
Yeah, it should be nice to you two, not to me.
yes, like here, there's no amount of sweet talk you can pull off here, Kira, to make her mark you up, is there?
Oh, do I? Am I
She
okay
used to
then
look
to
after
do
me
this
when I was
week?
7.
Okay. Am I okay to do the sweet talk then?
Right, where are we? In Meltdown, what planet did they visit that's populated entirely by Wax Droid historical figures?
Wax World.
Wax World.
Maxwell.
Okay. I'm still going to let Donald answer, because I'm just curious, once we remove the delay, what's the way where Donald actually ranks with these? I'm very curious. So which episode which
Probably not
episode
very-
features Vindaloo Beast?
Oh, DNA.
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 I said it once. I said it once. I said it once.
Yes, he said it once, and he said it first without the delay. So that's even
Actually, I
better.
said it first.
Did you?
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm using Robbie's standard of judging now on these things, Kieran. So
That's fine. That's fine.
in Justice, what punishment does Rimmer narrowly avoid?
Execution.
Some time.
Nope. Oh, I'm going to have to ask for specific here.
Oh,
I can't remember.
because he's sentenced. He gets it for 9,928 years or something.
There you go, Donald. Oh, you almost had it.
9,000 is it 9,028 years? It was definitely
It's-
9,000 and something 28
Right.
years.
Here. Okay. Well, it says in my thing 9,000 years, but I'll give it to you anyway because the other two are nowhere near.
There was
getting that, so-
definitely 28 in there somewhere.
All right.
I'm sure that
10,000
way back
years.
and see.
7,000 years.
No, it was definitely less than 10,000.
Robbie,
Anyway,
if
carry
there's
on.
a 28, if you find Robbie in your research, if you find a 28, then Donald gets, I don't know, 5 extra points. Does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Points just don't matter.
Yes. What malfunction causes Holly's IQ to jump massively in White Hole?
Oh, God.
It's a repair job, isn't it?
No. Actually, what? It was something similar to that. Yeah. But it lowered her life expectancy essentially.
Yeah. Well,
It was
the
quite
actual
this
answer
repair
is,
job on the toaster, and then he tried the same technique on Holly,
Yeah.
I think, didn't he?
and I think it's that combined with a white hole, isn't it?
Mm.
Was it intelligence compression? Wasn't it? You was doing
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
And lastly, in Meltdown, which Wax Droid which Wax Droid is the lead of the villain army?
Hitler.
I
Yeah,
think you're right.
wasn't it?
Yep, that's Hitler. Yeah, it is Hitler. So, again, we leave this up to Robbie to decide who who the
I'm gonna
winner
throw
is.
poorly.
Yeah, Kieran. Yeah, you might as well just throw the towel in. Right?
Yeah, I'm back
Whenever
on the
I
hat.
say leaving it,
That's me
No,
throwing my hat. That's me done.
Hang on, give me
Oh.
a second. Mine's bigger.
God, Kieran.
Oh,
I like that. It was just on standby, just casually there. You know.
Yeah, it's just he's been waiting all night just to say that. Did you know that Donald was going to have just a baseball cap on? Did you?
Yeah, it's
he's seen me
foretold.
probably on the podcast before, baseball cap on, but I sometimes go on with one of them crofters hats. I wear that more than I used to, so it works.
All right.
And I probably should wear a hat more. I tell you what is interesting, though. We've clearly made some sort of breach in the space-time continuum because it's getting dark in the Hebrides. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
had to turn the
it's
light
You
on.
did as well. Winter's on us.
Yeah.
I do have a question that's popped in my mind. Do you think a Gelf could do a 5-knuckle shuffle?
Tumbleweed. Just
Brilliant questions, man, honestly.
The thing is, Kieran also, his sister and his mother, both. His mother's going to be on this podcast eventually. So it's like, the three of us, my mum's going to be on this podcast. I better just rein things in just a tad.
She's
You've
a pillar
just-
of the community,
Yeah,
dignified lady,
yeah. It's just like
It's fine. She once wrote dickweed on a fridge, so it balances out.
that's as she pointed out. She wrote it in a fridge. She didn't go and start saying it on a live stream, did she?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And then gets updated onto an award-winning geek podcast. So yeah, got to fit that in again. So,
another key observation this week is, Kieran, you're the only one who hasn't got a guitar in the background.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well, yeah, because I don't own a guitar. Oh.
A major Red Dwarf oversight.
yes. Okay, and with that, we come
that
to
on
the
that
end of this. Yeah, on that bombshell. Boom, boom, boom. do the EastEnders theme tune, huh?
Yeah, someone.
In fact, Robbie, see, when Ralph says on that bombshell, just put in the EastEnders ending. Just,
I'm sure we'll get
There's a one bombshell in the comment there, isn't it?
yes, there's a comment. See, you've managed to enlighten a viewer there, Kieran. Look at that. Huh?
We
I do my
apologise. We apologise.
Yes, we
I
we
work with this
humbly
guy as well,
apologise.
so I work with a guy. So when I go back to work on Friday, I've got to face this.
Oh,
We humbly apologise
disciplinary,
for.
this.
We
do.
humbly
Kieran.
apologise. That's all. We're saying.
Yes, yeah. Kieran, yeah. What more can we say?
and make life entertaining.
But with that, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're back next week, and I can't remember what we're doing next week. Let me look at the calendar briefly. 2nd of September. I think something's booked in, but what we got coming up is Supernatural Season 3 review with Heather and Rhiannon, which I am sure is going to be a much more elevated conversation than sitting with Kieran. The Buffy Scooby Gang are back as well. I mentioned them. And then in terms of interviews, next month is an absolute banger for interviews. As you probably might have heard, we have got the touch. This podcast is officially getting the touch. And shut up, Kieran. I said the touch. We're not getting touched. This is the touch.
That's all you. I'm not even thinking. You're fine.
You were.
I was not.
So no, but the man himself, Stan Bush, the legend, is going to be on the show. We can't wait till 80s legends, Transformers theme. What more do you need to know about Stan
Nice
Bush
Bush.
than that?
I just want to say to the viewers, I'm a fan of Stan Bush music since I was 12, 13 years old. So, and I'm not just talking about stuff he's done with Transformers and all the other, huge fan of Stan Bush. So I did to let the viewers know, I'll be along with Cal to part of the interview. Looking forward to that.
And also we have Eva Habermann or Habermann. I'm not too sure. German surname, but she was star of
It'll be Haber.
Habermann. So Ralph, do you remember Lex when that was on Channel 5?
I do. I didn't particularly watch it that much, but I probably when you mentioned it, I had like a flashback of thinking, "Oh yeah," so I need to check that out. I need to revisit that.
And then you watch it and you're like, what? it's the late night Channel 5 from the 90s where just anything went.
Yeah,
and also really excited for this other one. Neil Marshall, director of the Dog Soldiers, and probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time, The Descent, which has
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fight you on one of the greatest jump scare in movie history in it.
Yep. Fantastic movie.
And lots more. There's wrestling talk, more reviews, and of course, we'll see you all at Ocon. Please, the Ocon tickets are on sale now, so buy your tickets, and we'll meet you all there. And with that, good night. Thanks everyone at TikTok, and again, I can only apologize for not having the TikTok comments up. I didn't realize that, but I'll keep an eye on that in the future streams. So again, just apologies for that. So, night everyone. Take care.
Toodaloo.
Good night, all.